Just so you know, that Atlanta Hawks team, contrary to popular belief, I love the fact that...
Who was on that team?
I'm glad 4 All-Stars was on that team. Not only was 4 All-Stars on that team, let's talk about that team for a second.
The Knicks swept the Atlanta Hawks. No, the Knicks was
actually, no, they didn't. No, that was 8 years later. Let's discuss in 2014. Let's talk about 2014, 2015 when they played them. That team was 14 games over 500, and the only team that they lost to was the Cavs. Everybody else, they smoked them. If they don't run into the Cavs, they go into the NBA championship. And let's discuss. Let's discuss James and his signature moments. So let's discuss James shutting down the league MVP and Derrick Rose, who was averaging 25 a game. Shut the door on him in the conference championship. Let's talk about James moving forward in the Western Conference Championship in the 1920 season when he shut the door on Jamal Murray in the fourth quarter. Shut the door on him. We already know about blocked by James. We already know about that. We already know how that goes. When you're talking about being a mismatch also and being a mismatch nightmare where nobody wants anything to do with him, and in terms of him spreading out his game, where he now had to move to the long ball line because he knew for a fact, okay, this is the way the game is going, and I can't just keep putting my head down, and I'm not just going to be a bucket getter. I got to stretch the game. That's why he's still playing like he was.
Who gives up prime Shaq and wins 2 NBA championships?
Who gives up prime Shaq? The Lakers. The Lakers do.
Kobe Bryant does.
But don't make the. That's not going on. Here's the difference.
Get your cousin out of here. I want to prove that who I am, I'm about to do what I do. Get whoever. Give me one All-Star.
This is the same Bryant who asked to be traded after that.
So what?
This is the same Bryant who asked out.
Because the team was not following.
Right. And it's
give
the same
me one All-Star.
Don't
give me 19
Hall of
Famers. Give me one All-Star and Derek Fisher hit a clutch shot. I get you back-to-back chip and
just
go to 3 of them.
Let's stop talking about him like he's just one All-Star. We're talking about a top 15 player in the game.
Because of Kobe.
He wasn't just a good player.
Because of Kobe.
So Kobe was the reason why he went 20 and 20 in Game 7. He went 19 and 18.
Yes, Kobe missed some of those shots.
You kidding me?
Kobe missed some of those shots.
That's what he's doing? That's what he's doing?
Out of the 20 rebounds, Kobe missed some of those shots. Right. So he got it back. Yes,
so how come nobody else couldn't do that? How come Chris Mims couldn't do that? Explain that. How come Kwame Brown couldn't do that?
It's
because was up 3-1 in the playoffs, by the way.
Put him on the stage for him to become a Hall of Famer. Just like
he put Kwame Brown on the stage.
Stop.
He put Chris Mims on the stage.
He didn't have Phil Jackson.
100% he had Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson actually came back that year in 06.
With Chris Mims?
That's right.
We
can't talk about that.
Stop. We're not talking about that. Just like you said, Matthew Dellavedova, all them names LeBron made get paid because they played good in the finals because of LeBron James. Kobe Bryant made him a Hall of Famer. Kobe Bryant got Trevor Ariza paid. Kobe Bryant resurrected Ron Artest to be someone to get a rebound and say, Kobe Bryant passed me the basketball. He did all that stuff. He put them on the stage to do what they do, and now, rest in peace.
Shout out to Players Choice. Big up to my Players Choice family over there, man. This was a good conversation with LeBron and Kobe. You know, I hate these debates, to be honest, when we talk about LeBron and Kobe, because it could go left in a good way and in a bad way, because there's so many like pockets, you know, to pick when you're talking about this. I thought these guys brought up some good points, though. But, you know, when we talk about Kobe and what he was able to do without Shaq, you know, I'm always going to go back to the presence of Phil Jackson. You know, there was a time, it's not like Kobe and the Lakers were immediate title contenders when Shaq left. Like, there was a stretch, and you know, the OG Chill, he brought it up about, you know, Kobe requesting to being traded. You remember the game that Kobe pretty much quit mid-game, and like there was some issues that the Lakers had in between the time that Shaq left and Phil Jackson came, and they was able to get that thing right. And I'm definitely giving Kobe the credit because he was the quarterback, but it just wasn't all perfect. And LeBron never had the luxury, despite you look at the resume that LeBron James has had, he has never had the luxury of having a head coach, a proven championship head coach like Phil Jackson. And Kobe, with the experience of already winning 3 in a row with Phil, like, you know, they wasn't the best of friends. They had the issues during the first run, but, you know, when it comes to knowing each other and styles of play and coaching, you know, it was kind of tailor-made for him to come back, and you see what they pretty much immediately did and got it back right. But, you know, this was a good conversation. I think that you just have to pick and choose what you want to debate, because there's so many subtopics that you could go for Kobe, and there's other subtopics that you really could go for LeBron. It's kind of a hit or miss when we talk about those guys, but you know, these conversations can definitely get heated because there's so much passion and there's so much facts behind it, and you don't necessarily got to go by the numbers when you talk about LeBron and Kobe. That's where things can kind of get nasty and skewed when you go by the numbers, and the numbers definitely count. For the most part, numbers don't lie. But when you talk about the Black Mamba and GOAT James, which I like to call him, you know, the eye test means something. It definitely does. And those moments that Chilltown was alluding to, you got to put them in context. But Kobe had his too. So just another great debate on Player's Choice with LeBron and Kobe featured on the parlay, man. Shout out to PC. And y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Player's Choice on YouTube.